Hey, good morning. I've got a pretty cool speed paint for y'all today. For today is day 6 of Cinderpelt's week. And the scene that my sister Rachel's going to be drawing today is of Cinderpelt bravely giving up her life to care for and stand by her friend Sorreltel, as she was kidding. This is from Leafpool's point of view, as she's returning back to ThunderClan after running away with Crowfeather. I'll read this scene to you now. It's on pages 306 through 311 of Twilight. You know, the one with cats and badgers? Not vampires. Leafpool? You came back? Yes, I'm here. Are you hurt? Squirrelflight took in a huge, gasping breath. Only winded. Leafpool, in there! Her gaze flicked to the nursery. Cinderpelt with Sorreltel. It's coming! Badger broke in! A fresh wave of terror flooded over Leafpool. Oh no, I'm too late! She plunged past Squirrelflight into the nursery. The shadows inside were filled with the sounds of vicious snarling, cut through with a wail of terror. Leafpool recognized Sorreltel's voice. Sorreltel, it's me, Leafpool! Where's Cinderpelt? In the darkness, she could make out nothing but a huge humped shape. The stench of the badger filled the whole nursery. She hurled herself forward and collided with a solid flank covered in coarse fur. Raking her claws down the badger's side, she gasped, "Out! Get out!" The invader turned her head towards her. She caught the gleam of bright, malignant eyes and knew that she was living out her nightmare of the rolling black mist. Lashing out with one paw, she scored the badger across its nose and saw blood spatter out, its hot scent mingling with the reek of badger. A paw swept up to batter her, but before the blow fell, Crowfeather appeared next to her, slashing at the badger's muzzle. The badger let out a howl of pain. Turning, it thrust Leafpool aside and made for the nursery entrance, breaking down more of the brambles as it went. Watery shafts of moonlight filtered through the gaps, revealing the horrified faces of Squirrelflight and Ashfur looking in. What's going on? Is Cinderpelt hurt? Squirrelflight asked hoarsely. I don't know yet, Leafpool replied. Her voice shook with fear. I'll look after her. You stay on guard. Her sister nodded and went back to the entrance with Ashfur. Crowfeather touched noses briefly with Leafpool before following them. Call me if you need me, he meowed. The floor of the nursery was covered in a thick layer of moss and fern. Sorreltel lay at the far side, her head raised and her eyes staring in terror. A powerful ripple passed along her belly, and Leafpool realized that the kids were about to be born. She started to cross the nursery, but stopped when her paws brushed against a broken, motionless body. Cinderpelt lay on her side in a bed of moss, her paws and tail limp, her eyes closed. Blood spilled slowly from a gash in her side. Cinderpelt, it's me, Leafpool! Wake up! The medicine cat's eyes twitched open, and she gazed at Leafpool. Leafpool? She rasped. I prayed to StarClan you would come back. I should have never left you. Leafpool crouched beside her mentor, breathing in the familiar, comforting scent. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Cinderpelt. Please don't die. She scooped a pawful of moss from the floor and pressed it against the wound in Cinderpelt's side. You're going to be fine, she meowed. As soon as the bleeding stops, I'll fetch some marigold and make sure the wound doesn't get infected, and some poppy seeds for the pain. You'll be able to have a good long sleep, and you'll feel much better when you wake up. Stop it, Leafpool, Cinderpelt whispered. There's no point. Leafpool saw her eyes gleam dully in the shadows. I'm going to join StarClan. Don't say that! Leafpool protested, clawing up more moss and thrusting against the tide of blood that showed no sign of stopping. The medicine cat tried to lift her head, but the effort was too much for her. She let it fall again. It's all right, she murmured. StarClan told me they would come for me soon. This is the fate they have laid down for me. You knew? Leafpool felt as though a dark chasm had opened up in front of her paws, and she was crashing helplessly down to its depths. You knew you were going to die, and you didn't tell me? It was my destiny, not yours. But you knew I was meeting Crowfeather. You knew that if I went away, ThunderClan would be left without a medicine cat. Cinderpelt, you should have forced me to stay. Her mentor blinked slowly. Her blue eyes were very bright. I would never force you to do anything, Leafpool. I didn't want you to stay if it would make you unhappy. You must want to be a medicine cat with all your heart. I do, Leafpool whispered. I do. You are a wonderful medicine cat, Cinderpelt told her. No, I'm not. I went away and left you, and my clan. Oh, Cinderpelt, I'm so sorry. Tip of Cinderpelt's tail gave a tiny, restless twitch. There's nothing to forgive. I'm happy to join StarClan, knowing that ThunderClan will be well cared for. No, Leafpool cried, as if by sheer force of wishing she could turn back time and prevent her mentor's death. This is all my fault. I should have been here. Cinderpelt shook her head. It would have made no difference, she meowed. We cannot change our destiny. We just have to have the courage to know what it is and accept it. She let out a long sigh. StarClan is waiting for me. Bye, Leafpool. Her eyes closed, and her body jerked once, then lay still. Cinderpelt! Leafpool pushed her nose deep inside her mentor's fur. She felt as if all the frosts of Leafbear were gathered in her limbs. A few moments later, she felt a warm pelt brush against her and realized that Crowfeather was crouching beside her. I'm sorry, Leafpool, he murmured. I know what she meant to you. She taught me everything, and now she's dead. Leafpool wailed. I don't know what to do. I trusted Spotted Leaf. She told me to follow my heart. She knew Cinderpelt was going to die. How could she do that? Crowfeather pushed closer and drew his tongue over her face and ears with gentle, comforting strokes. You did follow your heart, he meowed. Your heart told you to come home. Your heart told you to come home. You could never be happy away from your clan. Leafpool turned her head and saw pain glisten in his amber eyes. But what about you? She whispered. Crowfeather bowed his head. Your heart lies here, not with me. It was never truly with me. Leafpool felt as though she was being torn in two, but she knew Crowfeather was right. She loved him, but not enough. For a few heartbeats she leaned into him, feeling his warmth and strength for the last time. Then she touched Cinderpelt's fur with her nose. It's all right, she murmured. I'll stay here and take good care of the clan, I promise. And one day we'll meet again, walking among the stars. For a moment she felt the brush of two pelts against hers, and smelled two familiar scents, as Spotted Leaf and Cinderpelt wound around her. StarClan is with you, Leafpool, Spotted Leaf murmured, and Cinderpelt added, we will always be watching over you. And then they were gone. Leafpool was crouching on the floor in the nursery, with the roar of the battle still outside, and Sorreltail gasping in the far corner as her kits fought their way into the world. Your friend needs your help, Crowfeather meowed. Can I do anything? Just help the others and keep the badgers off. Leafpool was amazed at how calm her voice sounded. If you get the chance, ask some cat to show you to Cinderpelt's den and fetch some more water mint. But if you can't, I'll manage without it. It's more important to keep the badgers out of here. The gray-black warrior dipped his head and slipped away. Leafpool picked her way around Cinderpelt's body, across the mossy bedding as she reached Sorreltail's side. Don't worry, she reassured her friend. I'm here now. Everything's going to be fine. It's reassuring to see that Leafpool is able to step up and take control after Cinderpelt's passing. I think that I would be a mess if I was in her paws. But, as we can see, Sorreltail needs her help to bring her new kits into the world. So Leafpool must stay strong and put her clan first. I suppose the important thing about Cinderpelt not stopping Leafpool from leaving was that Leafpool herself had to make the choice. And as we saw, her heart led her back to ThunderClan. The only confusing thing is that Cinderpelt seemed pretty ready to go to StarClan in her final moments. But that didn't end up happening. As we see in the next book, she was reincarnated as one of Sorreltail's kits, Cinderkit, given a second chance to live the life she'd been on track to live before she had her accident in Fire and Ice. I'd love to hear in the comment section down below what you think of Cinderpelt's sacrifice. Not only in her last moments, but throughout her life. Honestly, she didn't have to be a medicine cat. She could have insisted on being a warrior. Because if Briarlight can do it, anyone can. Cinderpelt chose to accept the apprenticeship to Yellowfang and lived a good life serving her clan. And it was a good life. I mean, there's been sadder endings, like with Moss Kit and Snow Kit, who didn't even get to live a full life. So it makes me wonder, why above everyone else was Cinderpelt given the second chance? I'll be posting the next and final day of Cinderpelt's week, talking all about what I think soon. So let me know what your thoughts on the matter are down below. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's drawing and theory. Make sure to check out the video on the side of our last speed paint. And click that subscribe button and little bell icon so that you can always be notified when we upload, so that you can be part of #EarlyClan. Down below in the description will be links to our eBay and Etsy stores, where cool merch items are available for purchase. Alright guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I'll see you soon for the next speed paint. Bye-bye!